keep people updated on what is really moving and what is really trending at the time. If you look at, search volume, the differences between Shiba Inu coin and let's just use Dogecoin, for example, it's massively overweighted to Shiba Inu coin. Same deal for AMC, massively overweighted to Shiba Inu coin. Shiba Inu coin was an absolute powerhouse over the last month. So, the content is kind of tailored to the massive extension in search volume that it was getting. Yes, I just said a reminder. Very nice, MC Trevor. Real question, Frank. Who's getting a wrench over there? Real question. I probably won't even get one. I probably won't even get one because Frank's not privileged here, darn it. Oh, man. I think I'm live now. Frank might be live now. Dang, dude. Nice. No chat, though. Ooh, gotta turn on chat. Sam, you distracted me and I almost missed the live. Hold on. Lady Katie, how did Sam distract you? Where are you guys hanging out? It is not in the live. Now that's what I need to know. How is Sam distracting you outside of this live stream? Come on. Pimp that Shiba ecosystem. Let's do it. Do you know anything about Dogecoin Mars? Other than the fact that a lot of people ask about it, a lot of people want to buy it. No. Buy and hold. Let's get it, Chris. Let's do it. Frank is go. Repeat. Frank is a go. Nice. Yeah, Lady Katie. Come on now. Shouldn't be distracting you from the live. He should be distracting you in the live. Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you guys.
Wait, y'all can hear Clay?
Went from 8 to 40. What? No, I actually don't know why, but let's see. LGBN. LGBN going from 8 to 40.
Frank and Clay together. So let's see who we got in the chat. We got Pringleton, we got Trapper, we got Wrestler, we got DD214. Yeah, I was watching there to go through and see all the other chat going on. So this is how it feels to be Clay. Okay, so a beady beady, a beady beady, beady 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 beady. Yeah, Wrestler, I'd like to get it monetized, but got to get 1,000 subs, got to get 4,000 hours of watch time among the community. So today is the kickoff. Hey, if it's good enough for Claybro, it's good enough for me. Yeah, so I'm going to kick it back up, get Claybro going on here, and we'll keep the live stream going through, and people can jump over as soon as Claybro's finished up. We'll get the party started over here, or you can stay on this channel and listen to. Smash that like button.
What if this is one of those times GME makes a big run and AMC stays stagnant, kind of like in May where AMC and GME did nothing? I don't know. We just stay stagnant. If AMC and GME start to run together, that would be nice. Hey, do you think Shiba Inu will rise after all the videos I've seen and good news? Price predictions this year. Yes, I do think that Shiba Inu will rise. I would love to test new highs this year, but as far as like good news and so on, I don't think there's really any news articles that are out there right now. Good, I'm out for the day. Open Frank's channel. Very nice wrestler. I like it, man. Frank, so we can go live after party there. Very good, guys. Maybe Elon needs to buy a new puppy. Yes, and if he named his puppy like Shibu or something, that would be even better. Jose, no retracted messages, man. What are you doing that for? Isaac, thoughts on Crow?
Wait, Pringleton, you're going to hang out in here?
Or Crypto Rocketeer. Crypto.com coin. Yes, I do have some thoughts on Crow. Okay, I think it may be a little, maybe a little pumped up right now, but some of these stabler coins, okay, like these exchange coins, excellent for staking. They pay a higher interest rate because, you know, they're the exchange's coin as opposed to one of the coins just listed on the exchange. So I do believe all the exchange coins have great long-term potential as long as that exchange stays around. Good, just hopped back in, had to finish the job. Where am I going wrong? I have too much faith in people working together, or am I just an idiot? Chris, dude, I already answered that question, man. You are not an idiot, for sure. I do think that you have way too much faith in people like of that size being able to come together. I think the 289 of us in here can do absolutely anything. But when you start talking about millions of people all coming together and believing in the short squeeze, it's very difficult, man. I mean, and you can see it. Like I said, I spent like too much time just scrolling through some TikToks and stuff, and the majority of the live streams that they recommend are stocks, stock talk, crypto talk, so on, like guys with graphs on their screens. And every single one that I've messaged on there, like what they think about AMC, they don't like it. They don't like it, man. They don't think it's a short squeeze. They have no idea.
Marine Corps Brat, what is up?
It's tough. It's tough to let everybody know. Hey, love my new hoodie, t-shirt, and other awesome Claybro goodies. Thank you, Nini Waka. Now that's what I'm talking about. Nini Waka, thank you very much for letting me know. Man, that makes
There's the eggplant.
After party, this is the first.
Of course, I knew wrestler was going to kick out the eggplant. A little bit of Parmesan on there.
After party, Frank's the after party. Dang man, you guys like the party. TBN, Clay, Frank has some good PvP action going on. Nice, Pringleton. Let's see. I'm telling you, Clay, I have like 20 followers on Twitter, and I can help get this rolling. Let's do it, dude. Let's do it. Clardinho, numero unino. Mr. Simon, numero uno.
Brian Malarkey and company. Welcome to the chat.
So I don't know too much about Leash and Bone. Like
I gotcha.
Shiba Inu and getting rewarded in Leash and Bone. As far as like the long-term potential for those, I think they're going to be correlated with Shiba Inu coin. So therefore, I think that they could, you know, go up in price alongside Shiba Inu coin.
So Pringleton, you are going to get to decide the Fedora or the Aussie cap.
To go up like in lockstep. If Shiba Inu coin goes up 10%, these coins go up 10%, and so on. There's a certain group of people who will not stake their assets. They would just rather hold them for whatever reason. And I mean, I think because of that, you're going to see less action in Bone and Leash. Hey, Clay, just joined. Well, thank you for joining. Did you talk about Shaitoshi's latest tweet? Mentioned good news this week.
Yeah, Malarkey, we might end up with a little bit of guitar playing later on, but we're just going to kind of chill out here for just a bit.
I think the latest one I actually saw was about the, like, battling the card. I guess it's about AMC, but to me, the thought goes for everything, though. Like, stuff would get done if everyone agreed together. Like, the majority of the world agreed Nazis are bad, you know? Yeah, dude. And then there was, like, the other half that agreed that there was no problem with them. And I don't think that... I don't know, man.
No. Is that better?
People are 100% correct, though.
Oh, Markley. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, that's not the case. I don't know why. Like, I don't know if it's human nature. I don't know if it's just a fallen world. Like, whatever you guys want to blame it on, it's unfortunately not the case.
We are up to 7 likes already.
Been here all day. Thanks for noticing. P.S. I love my shirt. Kelby! That's what I'm talking about. Kelby got his shirt as well. Kelby, very nice, man. I love the fact that you guys are all getting your stuff. Except for Pancakes and Marine Corps Brad. Where's your shirts at? You honestly, seriously ever think that Shiba will ever go above 1 cent? So, Alex, I do think
Oh, I thank you, Marine Corps Brat.
a 1 cent with the current supply would give an evaluation of around $5 trillion. Now, yes, that is very high. But if you would have told people that Bitcoin would reach $1 trillion 10 years ago, they would have laughed at you like you were an idiot. So, I mean, who's laughing now? Clearly Bitcoin is laughing now. So as more and more people decide to trust cryptocurrency, as more and more people decide to put some of their assets into crypto coins, I believe the overall crypto market will grow. When that happens, I believe Shiba Inu coin and all the other cryptos will grow along with it. Now that, coupled with lessening the supply, maybe we get 50% of the supply 10 years from now. So that cuts a 1 cent valuation down to about 2 trillion instead of 5 trillion.
Hey, Marine Corps Brat, you see what we got up on the screen there? You see what stock we're watching? In fact, let's kick it over. Let's get off the options and get back on the stock itself.
What's the purpose of free $1 to $3 cryptos? Could they actually turn into anything? The no. So are you talking about like good dollar, or what are you talking about with these free cryptos? Shout out to Frank from Mongolia. Yes, Frank, what's going on, man? That was Clay B, what's going on? That was good. Bro, you need to record the answer to will Shiba go to X on a button, and you just press it when asking the 10,000th time. I hate apples. It would be nice to be able to do that, but I also understand that the average watch time on this stream right now is 3 minutes and 58 seconds. So, 4 minutes and 2 seconds, just updated. It's 4 minutes and 2 seconds. So, some of you that hang out with me the whole time, thank you very much for that. But knowing
Yeah, that's cool, Brian.
out in here, like for the majority of the stream, pumping up that average watch time.
So, Brian, you got your own YouTube channel also?
Out here for a lot less than 4 minutes. So you get somebody coming in for 10 seconds, and then they're like, man, I can't stand this guy's voice, and then they leave, and so on. So I would expect the same questions to roll through every 4 or 5 minutes. Literal, isn't it so that if the owner of Shiba Inu...
Oh, Brat, thank you for dropping by anyway. You know, doesn't matter if you can't stay long, it's just cool having everyone come in here and seeing support from the community.
The guy that owns Shiba Inu, the developers of Shiba Inu, can't just burn your coins in your wallet. Think about that. If you... I don't know, if you're sitting on 10 million Shiba Inu coin right now, and all of a sudden you woke up tomorrow with 1 million Shiba Inu coin in your wallet because some developer decided to go out and burn 90% of the coins, and you only had 1 million in there, what would happen? People would panic sell, and therefore the price would come down. They wouldn't say, oh my gosh, this is a good thing. They would say, oh my gosh, our Shiba Inu coins are disappearing, and they would get out. They wouldn't say, oh, this is great. Now we can see higher prices. People will be willing to pay more for it.
What, only 15 on your page, Brian?
That would cause mass panic. So they don't just go out, and they can't just go out and delete Shiba Inu coins that don't belong to them. That's why they got to send them to these burn wallets. New listener, love your energy. David, thank you very much for being a new listener. Hang on, click. Tell Frank to wrench me. I literally have 3 others in competition. Dang, man, who are the 3 in competition for wrenches right now? 4 minutes, come on. Yeah, AMC Trapper, 4 minutes and 2 seconds, dude, I'm telling you. That's what it is. 4 minutes and 2 seconds. 4,000 playbacks right now. Chat rate is at a 6. It is lower, much lower than normal. Concurrent viewers, we got 308 people in here is what YouTube is showing me. And a 4 minute and 2 seconds watch time. Crazy, isn't it? Not trying to bring drama, really just trying to understand. I don't get why I'm 26 and thinking about stuff I'm asking and everyone agrees, but we just can't change anything. Yeah, dude. Well, that's what makes it tough, man. Because you are 100% correct. And I agree with you. That's why I think that, us together, we could do something. But knowing that there's so many people out there who do not care about you kind of makes me...
Yeah, so Brian, when you're in the live chat, if you scroll over someone's name, you'll get the three dots off the right side. You click on that, and it'll bring up the options for everybody. Where you can pin message, report, remove, put user timeout, hide user on channel, add moderator.
You cannot please everybody. I don't know if there's anybody ever.
Average watch time over 3 minutes.
Like, honestly, I could say something right now. That I hope that all of you guys are successful. And there would be somebody who disagrees with that. There would be somebody who disagrees with the fact that I hope that every single one of you is successful. Well, you're wishing success on everybody, then, somebody would come up with something stupid about that. But it's crazy. I would happily die trying to please people. Winks. Nice, devil's advocate. Please everybody, man. Clay, what do you think about the show The Office? Will! One of my favorite shows, man. Love The Office. I enough cared. Simple as that. I enough cared as well, man. Clay, did you buy a Lambo from your earnings at crypto? No. I bought a Kia Forte, man. I drive a Kia Forte, and I don't know if I would ever buy a Lambo. I did see. I forget where I was coming home from now. I might have been coming home from my mom's house or somewhere. Somebody's driving a yellow Lamborghini down the road by my house the other day.
Yeah, Pringleton, that would be funny. Beating Clay on average watch time.
Ridiculous. There's a newer one too. It was nice. You don't see those. What about 12 million Shiba? But it is a crap coin. Para, Droids. Well, listen. Yes, it is a riskier coin than something like Bitcoin or Ethereum or Cardano and so on.
Oh my
But you can absolutely...
God, just look at that RSI dropping.
For what? AMC Trapper, you're up first, big guy. For what? Yeah. Please. Oh, boy. Clay, bro, what station? Ohio, Rodney. I'm in Ohio. I got you, Clay. And I get no one has ever changed the world, but it just makes me feel like, why even try to fix something no one cares about, even if you know it needs to be done? Quarter life crisis. Nah, yeah, Chris, definitely, man. Definitely. You gotta do it for you, though. You gotta do it for you. Like, you know you, man. Some people, and I don't know if you guys have ever taken, like, a strengths test or whatever, but some people, man, some people are includers. They're very good at making sure everybody's needs are met, everybody is included, everybody feels like they're a part of it. Other people are, they have a woo.
Yeah, that RSI is a killer right now.
It's just this internal desire inside of them.
Well, I was looking at the MACD, seeing if we can get a good crossover, get some support here, but that volume coming in,
What other people think of them.
it is literally a ramp up of sell-off right there.
It doesn't even register for them. Some people are extremely disciplined. You cannot get them to break their discipline. If they say they're going to do something, they're going to do it, man. And it's just the fact that everybody is built different, kind of, it leads to, it's great. It's great that everybody's built different, because if everybody did work together and everybody's sharing those different strengths, I mean, you can literally accomplish anything. But it takes, I don't know what it takes, man. If I did, I think that we would be much further along. But it takes something to motivate everybody to work together and just bring their strengths together and accomplish something. That's why I say the 300 of us, man, the 300 of us in here right now, I'm sure that out of those 25 strengths or whatever's on that strength test, every single one of us would have a different top strength, different top 5, and a different order of strength. And
I
we
would say
all
most likely
enjoy
yes, because that kind of volume in after hours, I mean, that is a steady incline of volume going. Let me get back over to the chart here.
what Max
Now, this is on the
is
1 minute right
is
now,
that
so
I'm
we're
going to focus on
I
the
like the 1 minute
strengths
because you get a
in
lot
everybody.
faster
And
time going
instead
in
of
on
like
it,
exposing the
and to see it
weaknesses,
ramp up like
just
that.
exploit the strengths. And if we could all get together and use our strengths to not tear down somebody else's weakness
Simon,
or say that somebody else isn't as good as we are, but to build up other people's strengths and complement the weaknesses in ways that we can all
Simon, is that an
appreciate
actual
going forward.
crypto? Is that an
And
actual
I
coin there?
guarantee you, the 329 of us in here right now that have never met each other, never crossed paths, maybe we have crossed paths, but just didn't know it, and so on, we would be able to accomplish anything. I have no doubt in my mind that we would be able to do that. If we honestly took the time to work together, I think the 320 of us in here could absolutely accomplish anything there is. When you start to add everybody into the mix, it becomes a lot different, man. It's just, it almost becomes uncontrollable. Chris is out here saying exactly how I feel about this old man trying to decide how to handle climate change. This is not an invitation to discuss politics. I'm not discussing politics, man. Appreciate you, bros. Jackson, man, appreciate you too. It takes eggplants to make a difference in here. We'll do it. Eggplant will definitely do it. We build a community, bro. Let's get it, RB. In 3 years, Ford shares will be worth more than Rivian. Rivian. Glad I'm holding Ford then, dude. That's gonna be very.
Oh, am I catching a little bit of lag here, or did Clay freeze?
Very nice. Much courageous and blessings to you. I'm still holding on. Very nice. You as well. Outdoor smile. You'll have my sword, Frank. Take your sword, dude. Outdoor smile. Just subbed, holding 100 million chew for the long term. And no diversity and no day trading. Just holding. Hold and acquire, y'all. I love it. Outdoor smile. That is how you acquire wealth. You will not build up your portfolio if you are not willing to hold for the long-term gains. Outdoor smile, I love it, man, and thank you very much for the super chat. Really appreciate that. I help heal people during losses and confide in their winnings. John, hey man, whatever you gotta do, man, as long as you're playing your strengths and being able to help other people out, I love it. Awesome. I'm in Logan County. Nice, Rodney. Not telling you what I'm doing. Prague. Ouch, yeah, Prague had it down today. Hold, RB.
Yeah, I'm actually lagging 28 seconds behind. Funny thing is, I'm over here and I'm neglecting my wrench duties on Clay Stream. Wrestler looking at Prague. Let me get two channels up here.
Frog falling after hours. What do we got? Frog is not having a good after hours right now. Frog is down 16% after hours. Yowza!
If you look though, you got some buying pressure coming in on Prague right now.
What do we got out there for Prague?
Some hard pushes, but looks like we got right about 440.
You got any news on here or what? No news. No news. No notes, man. No notes.
Yeah, we got a little bit of support coming in there.
Excellent buy opportunity. My goodness. Hey, dude, I might pick this bad boy up tomorrow. Wow.
Makes me want to check my Prague calls real quick.
That's a nice dip, dude. You can get it at 350, get back out at $5 again. When it goes back up, that could be a nice dip on Prague. Coming back down 360 right now. You're gonna have support right here at 350, and then where's that daily line? Did they just pass below that daily line? Yeah, that was around 427. So past below that, it's gonna come down to here. No, that's 390. It's coming all the way down to here. Wow. Yeah, it's coming all the way down to here. Interesting. What is this hitting? Yeah, that's the one it's following now. falling down to here right now. Shoot, man. At least it's going to have double support at 350. We'll see if it breaks down below that because it is at 357 right now. Interesting. What's going on with Prague? Very big decline. Anybody got news? Looks at Prague. Clay, your fill is crap. I'm still above my fill, man. I'm still in the positive right now. 350 and it's at 358. I'm still doing okay. Sing, Sign, sorry about your name. I don't know. Sing is number 1. Sign is number 2. Somebody tell me how to pronounce that name. Meet Sting. Gosh, there he says it in the super chat. Meet Sing from Fremont, California, holding Shiba Inu bags.
Yeah, it looks like I'm a little bit down on my Prague calls, but those are for December, so I've still got time for those to play out.
For the super chat. Really appreciate that. I am also holding my Shiba Inu. My current average on Shiba is around 53 or 5400 points per coin. Software's like Clay Bronson. This is Weevil that you are seeing in the background right now. So an offering, yeah, Gorilla. I don't know what's going on. I didn't have any. I don't have any news up here. If you guys got some news on Frog right now, let me know what you got. Because this is a 22% decrease, sitting at 347. Breaking down through that tomorrow. Golly bump. Tomorrow, even right now, could be an excellent buy opportunity if you guys can trade after hours. Down 22%. Really, really, really pulling back. But this has to be news driven. Somebody had to have said something about this. It's causing this sell. Dude, look at my Phil holding up right there. Back in the green again, man. Phil is crap, dude. Phil is legendary. Look at that 350, man. 357. He said, oh no, because in the red, you gotta make it green again. Adrian! Thank you very much, Adrian. I really appreciate the super chat. And, let's see here. Adrian. You're number 1. You're number 1. Hey, Adrian, guess what? You're number 1. Adrian, thank you very much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. You guys are all number 1s. How did you add your average?
So it looks like Prague did have a bit of a run-up, but mine is not looking like Clay's here. That's kind of weird.
Time you buy more shares of something. So that's what I was using there. Dang, man, it's not even going to be a good time to buy tomorrow. It's back up already. The heck's going on? Back up to 375, dude. What a legendary fill. A legendary fill. Devil's Advocate. Look at that. Touches 350. Boom! Bounces back. I'm hopping on to you later. Thanks, but sorry, I'm the jet for keeping it deep. Still gonna rethink humanity. It's alright, dude. Rethink humanity. It'll be okay, though. I promise. It'll be okay. Nice. Thanks, Bronson. Definitely, man. Where can I get a Clay Bro and Clay Hope t-shirt? Couple goals.
Yeah, it's weird because I keep it on the 1 minute, so maybe Clay's on the 5.
Christmas presents.
Well, AMC, let me get back over to Prague here for a minute.
Shout out to the chat for mentioning this legendary dip. Dang it, man. Look how much Prague Devil's Advocate just added. That he jumped in at 350 and caused that bounce back up. Devil's Advocate, I love it. And yes, guys, thank you. Who was that? Who was that? It said Prague right now. I thought he just
Let me get in on here real quick.
Who was that? Let's see. Oh, Dunell. Saying goodbye. Dunell, if you're still in here. Yes, I'll say goodbye to you in a minute. Have a wonderful day as well. Prague right now. Ouch. Gorilla Invictus. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, Gorilla Invictus. For sure, dude. For sure. Thanks for the shout out on the Prague dip. I unfortunately did not add. I was thinking it's going to keep going down, and then maybe tomorrow morning add some, but shoot, dude.
Let me check. I want to check my dividends real quick. I'm supposed to have a good one coming in here.
Bounce right at the beginning, and you just triple your money right off the bat. That'd be amazing. Prague going to bounce right back. AMC Trapper, look at it. It's going to bounce right back to where it was. Act like it didn't even dip. Hey, Clay, you see those? Call me Alpha. I don't know if I saw that. He tweeted today, because if he tweeted it while I was live, no, I did not see it. Prague has 2 to go.
Yeah, it does look institutional. That does not look like retail. Looking on Clay's here, it is just insane on his.
Quantity of coins equals your average. John Goldsmith. Yes, so if you want to know your average price, that's how you can do it. Just the total money you spend by the total coins that you earn or that you have, and that's your average in those coins. Your broker should keep track of your average for you.
So yeah, looking at it, I was banking on some Credit Suisse dividends kicking in today. The ex-dividend date was on the 19th, and they were saying it was supposed to be about 14.6 cents per share. So I loaded up on 130 shares, and numero uno, 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 uno. But looking at it, I was supposed to be getting 14 cents per share, so I decided to load up on another 130 shares, and here it is the next week, and they still haven't paid out their dividends. So I don't know what's going on with them. Their stock price has fallen. Let's get the winner back up on the screen. I'm going to move this light over. That light was like right in my eyes, right next to where the chat is. Oh, no. Hey, Sam. Sam, you are definitely getting wrenched. All right, looks like Clay Bros chat has wrapped up for the evening. Please, 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 wrestler, don't make me regret this guy. All right, let's see who we got in the chat. We got DD214, we got Wrestler, we got Simon, Pringleton, of course. Got Tony in chat. I hate apples. I kind of like apples, especially green apples. And you take green apples, mix them in, what's that, Crown Royal? We got Johnstontown coming in here. Let's see if we get a few more people in here. Danelle, my birthday sister, how's it going? Well, thank you. But Pringleton decided on this hat. It was either the fedora or the Aussie hat. Maybe tomorrow I'll wear the Aussie hat. I am going to try and make these regular streams on here. I'm also looking to do during lunchtime in between my stream, or in between Clay's two streams, I want to get an options update, kind of like how I do in the live chat. Just kind of to give an update on where everything's going. Marks96, what's up? Yeah, Trapper's going to share the link real quick. I know, because like 400 times a day, you have to give, allow the eggplant to go through. Oh, thank you, Danelle. Well, this is actually the first video. This is the live stream that is going to start everything. Yeah, I've actually been active it's been up and running for a while now by accident because I'm still figuring out the programs on here. Simon, the boy must name a name. Well, Brian, I'm happy to have you in here. DD214, first to get a deleted comment. And is AMC Trapper back? I know he was sharing the link. Yeah, if y'all can get out there, we can grow this channel. Share the link on social media, share the video, like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Pringleton. Okay, Trapper is back. So a lot of the reason why I want to start this channel, I'd been kicking around for a while, and you notice the CFV, that is the carbon fiber Viper. I was working on an option strategy to where you can go through, and whether the stock's running up or the stock's dropping down, I wanted to find a way to make money on both sides of it. And of course, Diamond Hand Apes, we don't want to sell our shares. We're holding our shares, but I wanted to find a way to strike back at the hedge funds, to take the money away. Take money away from the hedge funds. They sit there, we know there's price manipulation. Not in the sense that they're using dark pools or none of that type nonsense, but we see it. They systematically walk the price down. They put it to a controlled level, but I think they're not dropping it far to the point to where people will sit there and just on the dip, just buying tens of thousands of shares, driving that price back up. So I wanted to find a way, and options really are a way you can skim a little bit of money here, nickel and dime them to death. And that is what I want to do. And from the stream, we look and see, and people a lot of people get into options. And there are members in this chat right now. I'm not actually going to call anyone out, but there are times it seems like I've got my options. Now what do I do with them? And that really, you know, it really sparked something, because before I even started getting the options, I probably spent over 100 hours watching videos, reading everything I could, and I still make mistakes. So I kind of want to get everyone here together, anyone who is interested, and where y'all can field questions, and to the best of my ability, because this is not financial advice. Exactly, apples, the slow bleed, the death of 1,000 cuts. Well, in our terms, 1,000 cuts, when can you burn away Okay, well, Devil's Advocate called himself out on that. But the death of 1,000 cuts, how can we bleed them? And bleed them away that increases our share count. So for those who don't know, tell us jump and hide. No, it's not going to be anything like that. It's just little strategies that you can use. But Devil's Advocate, he kind of, he said I can use him as the example. He got hit really hard. He bought some good calls, and he held them. The price ran up. He was so good in the money, and the calculator he actually used did not give him the correct information. And he ended up getting hit pretty hard on those. He put his money in. He was up. And one of the hardest things to figure out is you have your options and what you're going to do with them. Question is, do you close them, let them close out, expire? Do you sell them at a profit? And, what do you look for when you're selling? Okay, it looks like Marks doesn't know. Okay, we're going to go a little bit basics here. Marks, options basically deal with a block of 100 shares. And 100 shares equals one contract. Now you can buy and sell. Your contracts are either calls or puts. Now in a call, you want a call when the price is running up. You want puts when the price is running down. Now, when you're buying, it gives you the right, but not the obligation. When you're selling, you are obligated. So you say you had some money and you wanted to go out and buy some calls. Well, you wanted to buy some calls. All right, well, let's jump over to the options chart here. We're in aftermarket hours, so the option chain will not change. Option chain shuts down at market close at 4, except on the Friday when options are expiring. Then you're locked out at 3. You can't do anything. They're locked in. So say you were going to look for options. We're on AMC right now, and looks like we closed out at 41.24. So we're going to do this. We're going to do this analytically. So we have open interest of $45. Or on the $45 strike price, we got 11,000 open interest right now. 11,000 open contracts. So that's what I refer to as a battle zone. And these battle zones, they're key psychological levels. Anytime you get your options or get your target price in an increment of 5, that is a key zone. Because look at this. If you look at the 11,000, look below it. You're at 7.4. You're at 7 or 4 above and 4.7 below. So you see there's a huge difference, and that is a psychological level. Do the same thing. You go up to your 50. Now 50 is a dream. We always want to see it hit 50, and I think we got lucky. We ran up close to 50 or just above 50 a couple of weeks back. But you look at that, almost 24,000 contracts. People want it to get to 50. Look a dollar above, dollar below. There's not much volume there because that is a psychological level. More realistically, now this is, of course, we will not have, there is no trading on Thursday for Thanksgiving, and we're going to have a half day on Friday. So looking at this, 11,000 at a 45 strike, that is doable. We've had runs like that before. But if you're looking to score and not looking to ride them all the way to the end, why not drop down $1? This is not financial advice, of course, but if the battle zone is looking to be at 45, If you drop down to 44, you're giving yourself a buffer safety zone, and that also means that's an area where you can get out of them easier. Wait, mate, your video is covering the bit you were showing. Oh, derp. Good call. How's it? Okay, there we go. That's much better. All right, so we look at it. We got the 11,000. That is, your key psychological support. Yeah, I wish I could get super stickers right now. So when you know there's going to be a battleground, it's good to go, if you're doing calls, if you're buying, go a little bit below. Should be able to see it now. Apples, what can't we see right now? Apples, are we good? Okay, there we go. So if you're doing calls, you could always step in one below that psychological price. If you're doing, if you're buying, now if you're selling, because you always hear me talk about selling covered calls, and for Marks, selling covered calls means you own 100 shares of the underlying stock, and you want to sell someone else the right. Basically, when someone buys calls, yeah, moved after type. Every site has a buyer and seller. So when I sell my covered calls, say I sell them at 46, there's someone on the other end who wants to buy those. And premium is exchanged between those two people. Well, if you're selling, you receive the premium. The person buying pays the premium. So what I like to do is always go a step above where the battle zone is going to be, because if they're going to be fighting for 45.01, I know they're never going to get to my 46. And that means I collect my premium, I sit back and wait, and then I find a point to sell it. Now, a lot of times I like to lock in my profits, usually somewhere between 70 to 75%. On the flip side of that, you have to analyze your risk. How much are you willing to lose? And I kind of like to do the 100% circle, to where if I want to lock in 70% profit, I'm willing to risk 30%. By that meaning, say if I sell my covered calls for $100. So I sell my covered calls for $100, collect that premium, and I'm waiting. If the price runs up and tags 130, I get out of them right there. Because, if your shares are locked up in a covered call and the MOAS happens and the stock starts to run, that means you have to pay more and more money to release your shares. So if you do 100 blocks of covered calls or 100 blocks of shares and enter into covered calls, make sure you know what your out is, and make sure that you have the capital standing by to exit that position, and do not be afraid to take a loss. Because if you're afraid to take a loss at 30, what's going to happen when it runs up to 50%, 100%, 200%? What happens when you receive a $100 premium per contract, and to close out of those positions and save your shares, you got to pay $200 per contract? Now you can see how quickly that can add up. And the trouble is, this is one of the key things behind covered calls. Oh, wait. No devil's advocate. There is no aftermarket options trading. When options close out, they are done for the day. which is why, especially on the day options are ending, the day your options expire, they actually close out an hour early. You cannot touch your option contract the day of expiration an hour before the market closes. That is why, knowing what you plan to do with your options, if you're buying them to exercise them, I've actually never exercised options in my life. I always like to get out of them. I like to lock in my profits ahead of time. Oh, Tesla calls to at the money. Theta. Yeah, apples. That is actually yeah, Sam learned that. That'd be Eastern, yeah. So yeah, when he was talking about Theta, we'll take those same $45 calls, and we move over to the Theta category. When Moon. When Elon Musk gets the rocket set up and we decide to go back and build a base, that's when we're going to the moon. As far as AMC, no idea when the moon is. So here with the Theta, say you buy your contracts at noon. Wait, I exercised AMC and progs. Cool, so Trapper would know more about actually exercising them. I always like to get out early. I like to take profit as quick as I can. I actually, in 1 week on AMC, I sold covered calls on Monday. I bought to close them on Tuesday. I bought the same covered calls on Wednesday and sold them again on Thursday. So I actually had 2 sets of covered calls rolled in 1 week. So the Theta here, when you buy or sell your calls, or even on puts, if you get them at noon, if nothing else changes, if the price stays the same, if the volatility stays the same, if everything stays the same, the very next day at noon, those shares, those contracts will basically lose $15.50 per contract. That is if nothing else changes. Theta is your time decay. And that is... Oh. Yeah. Okay, Devil's Advocate, looking at that, if you're looking to get out of them, you can always set your price where you want on your options. You can go in. Now, if you are so far away from the bid and ask, the market will automatically reject your offer. I've had that before. I had options and I knew exactly where I wanted. I knew exactly where I wanted to get out of them at. I knew exactly what price I wanted. And I put it in, and I was far enough away from the money to where they automatically rejected the offer. So when you're trying to get them to sell while you're watching them, it'll always have the bid and ask. And your bid and ask basically tell you where the contracts are, where people are looking to get them for. So if you want to get out of them as quick as you can enter in, you can go to close out at your 0.6. Yeah, I like to get in early, and see, on AMC I play the weeklies, so I don't like to have them, to sit around and wait. I'll look at the market when it opens. And usually you get a volatility spike either up or down real early in the market when it opens. So if there's a huge spike going down, then that is where puts would actually be better as far as doing a bull put spread. Now I'm not talking about shorting the stock. It's one of your options to where you sell a put and buy a put at the same time, or on the upside, if it starts to run upward, because I sell covered calls, I want the price to run up early in the week so I can get the most premium, and I look for when the price runs up, it looks like it's getting to the top, I enter into my covered call contract and wait for it to drop back down. So for example, what do you mean by benefit to picking strike price with a tight spread? Are you referring to closer to the strike price? The question was, is there a benefit to picking a strike price with a tight spread? Are you referring to the spread between the bid ask, or the spread between where you're at and where you want to be? I'm waiting for it to catch up here. Because as far as the bid ask, most of the time your bid ask are going to be so close. If you look, there's only a $3 per contract difference. A $3 spread, you always hear about payment for order flow and increase the bid ask. If you're playing options, yeah, Trapper, I said. If you're looking between the bid ask, most times you're not going to see that far. The closer you get to the money, the more you'll see the bid ask widened. As far as liquidity, you can look at your volume and you actually see the volume that's being traded. That would be more towards how much liquidity you have. This is people wanting to either get in, get out. This is everything that's standing by. But you're going to have an easier time getting filled is if you're closer to the bid, because a lot of times you see the ask out there, and that means that people are wanting to get more money for it. Well, they're wanting more money, which means that they're basically staying at the back of the line. So if you actually slip in closer to the bid, you're going to get filled a lot quicker. And I keep looking at the chat when I should be looking at the camera. That's kind of embarrassing. I keep looking over to see if anyone's typing anything in. So if you look, you can actually see the last contract that was hit was at $63 a share, or 63 cents per share, $63 per contract. So you can see it was actually leaning a little bit more towards being bullish on that. That was at close. Oh, open interest is actual open contracts. Now, volume looks to be more towards how much people, not really how much they're interested in, but just, how much potential there is for contracts to be open, I tend to go more with the actual open interest, because this will tell you where the contracts themselves are, how many contracts are open. And I actually use Market Beat, because that's one I give the updates when I say that the plus and minus, if there are 4,000 new contracts, 2,000 new contracts, I get that information from there. But this just tells you how many, currently at the time of the update are in. I'm kind of bouncing around here, but I'm trying to answer questions as they come up. So a good example for the visual learners, I entered into covered calls. I won't state how many contracts, but I took the $45 strike price because we have been having trouble getting over 43. I think we've been 42.80 and we ran back down. So I did covered calls on Friday for the $45 strike price, and I collected $97 premium per contract. So as you can see, The last was at 64. I'm going to verify real fast here because I don't want to kick out false information. I also, here on Webull, all I have on here is Sheeb, so they always talk about don't show your positions, don't show. This is for that. I purposely have it cleared out with everything except for my Sheeb on here, so just so everyone knows for transparency. So, yeah, looking at it, I filled at 97. The current is at 63, and I'm actually at a 40.057% profit. So these, of course, if you look at the market close right now, we closed at 63. Let's jump back over to Theta. Even if nothing changes going into tomorrow, if everything stays the same, at the end of the day, these contracts will be worth $15 less. Now, for selling covered calls, I received a premium. When I go to close these out, I have to buy them back. I have to pay between the bid and ask. I have to pay in order to close that position and release my shares. So do I close it out today, or before market ended? Do I close them out to 63, or do I ride them for another day, drop another $15 off? That is without any price action changes. I'm going to grab a little drink here. So what I like to do is when I open a covered call position, I sit on enough money to enact my stop loss. I make sure that I've got the money to where if it starts to run, I can get out of them. As soon as those options are closed out, when I buy to close, and tomorrow 48 would be a lot better than 63, and I can continue to wait for that. Price action moves down. I most likely will be holding these until Wednesday because today's Theta ended up being 15.6 per, basically $15.6 per contract. Your Theta will actually increase the closer you get to expiration. Let me check. I'm going to pop over here real quick. Okay. Now, I actually have a really cool analogy for Theta. Now, the two, I worry about the share price and I worry about the Theta. And perhaps one of the coolest analogies I have for it is think of going to the bowling alley. So you buy your contracts. You buy your contracts at whatever price on Monday. Just like the first row of pins, there's one pin. So you bought them at noon. Noon the next day, that first pin knocks over. Your second day on Tuesday, going into Wednesday, a Theta of 0.015 means they'd be losing about $1.50 a day. And to see a Theta that low, you would have to be really, really far out. These, I take it, these are contracts that are like far out in the future, Trapper. Because the closer you get to expiration, the higher Theta is going to get. So your first day, and because I play a lot of weeklies, that's why the bowling pin analogy, because your first 24-hour period, it drops one pin. Your second 24-hour period drops 2 pins, 3 pins, where on the last day, the 4 pins fall. So you just think of like a domino effect. As you get closer, more dominoes are falling, or more pins are falling. I bought a put on Tesla a day before expiration, May 3,000 pure luck. There is a lot of analyzing that goes into it, but Simon, really, some of it does come down to luck. And I've had days where I used to play AT&T quite a bit for options. and AT&T sat between 28 and 29. It was a glorious thing, week after week, weekly options, once a month. Just be careful of the dividend hitting. And I was in a fairly decent position when AT&T took that run down to 25, and I got hammered. The luck, you'll have good luck days, you'll have bad luck days, and you can do all your analysis, but when your luck turns, a lot of times there isn't much you can do about it. So kudos on that Tesla trade. That is a killer trade. 3,000 on a one-day turnaround. That's phenomenal. So one of the things I want to touch on here is, covered calls earning premium. There are other ways to earn premium. One of them is what's called a cash secured put. So say you had enough money to buy 100 shares of AMC, but you didn't want to pay full price and you wanted to make yourself a little cash on the side. So we're going to go and pop over to puts here real quick. So whether you're buying or selling calls, the numbers stay the same. Whether you're buying and selling puts, the numbers stay the same. And a cash secured put works pretty much the opposite of a call. You're saying instead of selling, you'll be buying instead. So if we look here, say I had $4,000 and I did not have a problem. I did not have a problem with buying my AMC shares at $40. I think $40 would be a great price to get 100 shares at. Well, the same thing, you can enter a cash secured put. So again, here, just like buying a put to protect your stock, you can sell a put to buy in more stock. And here you see you'd be collecting a $95 premium. Same thing, these expire on Friday. So if the price is still above $40, well, you don't buy your shares, but you still collect that premium. So that's a way to generate a little bit of extra cash. And say it ran down to $40.10. Well, you collected that premium, you could technically buy your shares at that price, still collect that premium. And that's a way to generate revenue. But there's an additional way that's a little bit safer. So if we look here, we're going to go into options. Now there are different things have different names on them. We're going to go here on Webull. It is called the vertical. So if you notice, everything changed up quite a bit. So we're on our puts, which means we're working on the lower end. You can do higher end puts, but your chances of making money are a lot less. It really would have to run for you to make money on puts above the strike price. Granted, you'd make more money in premium, but this is all about capital preservation. Is about earning just a little bit here and there. This is the death of 1,000 cuts. We want to nickel and dime them to death. So what we would do, these actually correlate to a pair of strike prices. Oh. Okay, Simon, the theta is how much you will make multiplied by 100 per every dollar the stock moves on. No, theta. Theta is your time decay. If you buy your contracts at noon on Monday, your theta is representative, if nothing else changes, on Tuesday, how much value that contract loses. For every dollar the stock moves, that would be your delta. I'll log in here. Just don't want to spread no false information here. Let me real quick jump in. I keep a cheat sheet because I'm not perfect. Yeah, so delta is the movement per dollar. Delta is the movement of the share price. So if it goes up if it goes up by $1, say you have a delta of 0.35, then your $100 contract would end up being a $135 contract. Same thing if it moves down. So theta is dealing with your time decay, how much it loses in a 24-hour period, if nothing else changes in the stock. Was that good there, Simon? Now we're looking at here, there are two strike prices listed here. Because what happens on a vertical, whether you're doing a bull spread or a bear spread, this deals with both the $37 and $38 strike price. Now on your bull put spread, which I've been mentioning the past few weeks because I'm trying to impart a little bit of knowledge on everyone. So what happens is you sell a put at the $38 strike price. You buy a put at the $37 strike price. So this is dealing with two different strike prices at once. So if we actually go over back to the single option and we're on puts, if you look, you have the difference in the strike prices. So for here, for the 30, 34, and 20. So the difference between these is 14 cents, which would translate to $14 per contract. So what we're going to do is go back over to our vertical. Now in the vertical spread, it's actually giving you a different listing. Oh wait, hang on, I goofed there. See, it's still not giving you the same numbers here. It is saying you have a 13-cent or $13 difference, but you've got the 14 here, so the options chain might be jumping itself a little ahead. But if you go look at your 37, 38, you go over, the last one that went through was a $14 contract. So what exactly does this mean? Just like with selling your covered calls and just like selling your cash secured puts, you are receiving a premium. Your premium in this case would be $14 per contract. Oh, that's great. You get $14. If it stays above 38, no worries, just collect all that money. Oh my God, my brain just farted. So every time you do a contract, you have to have, when you're selling, you have to have collateral. When you're doing covered calls, your collateral is your 100 share block. When you're doing cash secured puts, your collateral is the money to buy 100 shares at the strike price. When you're doing the bull put spread, your difference is the dollar amount difference between your two strike prices. $1. But you're dealing in 100 contracts or 100 shares. So it ends up being $100. So when you enter in on this bull put spread, you'll receive $14 per contract, but you have to put up $100 collateral. Now, when you close this position out, or when this position expires, that $100 is released back to you. That is still your money. The only reason you have to put up collateral is if you get exercised. If it runs, say it drops down to $36. Well, the market maker, because all of this is done on margin, and this gets exercised, you have the obligation to sell 100 shares at $38. Your broker will automatically complete the other end of that. So in order to do that, you have to have the $100. That is why you put up the collateral. It's a way for them to protect themselves from you over leveraging your position. Your collateral guarantees that position will be able to be closed out. So technically, you enter in, you collect your $14 premium, you put up your $100, the trade goes sideways, you lose out. Your maximum loss will be the difference between your collateral and the premium you received. So you will receive, or you will lose $86. That is the most you will ever lose, because this is, it's secured. You have the collateral. It's already in place. The most you could ever lose is the difference between these two strike prices, $100. So that is your worst case scenario. You collect your $14 premium, you lose your $100, you're at an $86 loss. Now, same thing. If it's up above, now let's take one a little bit closer. Let's go with the 4142s. Same deal. You put up $100 premium, or you put up $100 collateral, you receive $62 premium. This stock decides it wants to turn around and run up. Well, as you get further away, that's where your delta kicks in. So if it right now it closed out at 41.24, if it jumped up to 42.24, then all of a sudden this 62 becomes a 52. You made $10 profit. You can close out that position right away and bank your $10. So you can see, depending upon which way the stock's moving when you enter, if it's moving down and you think you hit a bottom tick, you can pull a cash secure put. You can collect a little bit of premium. And the stock runs away, you're making money, figure out where you want to get out of your position or let it ride to expiration, you collect your money. Same thing. Price runs up. You decide, I've got 100 shares, I've got 200 shares, I've got 1,000 shares, I got 1,000 shares. Man, I can sell, I do cover calls on I can enter into 2 contracts. And I want to be kind of safe, so let me get back over to single. You're like, man, we haven't ran up past 45 in quite a while. We haven't touched 46. Calls. I don't see it running up by the end of the week. It's not going to get up to 40. It's not going to get to 45, but I want that buffer of 46. I've got 1,000 shares. I can go ahead and kick out two covered call contracts. I'll collect an extra $100. $102. Wait, is my math good there? Don't mind me, I've been up since 4:30 this morning. So you get $51 per contract. Yeah, $102 if you sold 2 contracts. And then again, watch and see. If the price turns around, it could run up tag 44. You're getting kind of close. This is where your stop losses can burn you. I have been burned by a stop loss. I was actually running $51 covered calls when we had that amazing run up. What was that, last week? And I had my stop loss set up for 30%. I entered those contracts at $100. I had my stop loss set at, not exactly at $100, but using easier numbers. Buy at 100, set your stop loss at 130. It ran up 132. Basically ran up 32% over. Triggered my stop loss. Share price turned around, ran back down. I was out of my position. I lost. Ended up being a $42 per contract loss. So stop losses are a good thing. In that instance, I got burned by it bad. But had it continued running, had it ran up to $200 a share, $400 a share, that stop loss would have got me my shares back, and I would have been in on the MOAS. So who we still got in chat? How many, did I bore anyone out of the chat yet with this? And certainly, if y'all have questions, if I can answer them, Trapper expressed that he's done the exercising of options before. So if you want to get stuff going in the chat here. And it is a lot to take in. A watching over 100 hours of videos. I've spent many days on the weekends just taking it in. Yeah, it is a lot to take in, Trapper. Hey, Marks, thanks for coming by. I really don't worry too much about after work, because I've got my 9 to 5 job, or my 8 to 5. I've got my regular job, but I do not have a problem with jumping in on a chat. I don't care if there are 5 people in here. Okay, behind and taking notes. DD214 super new to me. What you're saying is a little over my head. Exercised on PROF last week for 250 strike price. Yeah, if the open interest on puts is really high, that is a lot of people hoping the stock price will go down. Oh, Prague, yeah, because I didn't sell when I was supposed to. Now, yeah, a lot of open interest puts, that can be dangerous. That could be a lot of people setting up for a bear run on a stock. That I would look to see the same thing with looking at your call levels and seeing how high the levels are above. Let me get back over single on puts. And I deal a lot with AMC, so this is a stock I will go to quite a bit. So looking at it, you can of course see, oh, look at that, 35. There's your $5 psychological level. Go up to 40, your $5 psychological level. So then again, those are your battlegrounds. Those are areas where you're expecting a lot of resistance, and those are natural lines of resistance. So yeah, if there is just a ridiculously sick amount of puts at one of those key levels, and the key level is not far away, like say this was, if the whole rest of the chain, say all these were less than 1,000, and then you hit the $40 mark, and you've got 18,000 open interest puts, that is a very dangerous place to be. All right, let me have a look here. Apples is asking more. Your open interest is just how many contracts there are active. Those are contracts that are active in the market. Pole position. So if you had a ton of puts here, I would look a couple steps below and see, because if you have 18,000 and then it falls off dramatically, that tells you where there might be a zone further down where you can get into to do some bull put spreads. Because whoever loaded up those positions, yes, the lower it gets, they make money, but they just want it to hit and get below there. So by dropping below there, they're getting in the money with their puts, and that means that they're making more money. But if it takes a lot to drive a stock down, we do see the systematic step down on AMC. But we've also seen they're running out of gas, and of course I'm using AMC as a reference here, because You know, that is one of our best that is one of the best moon stocks right now, in my opinion. So if you had a huge amount and then a huge fall off, take that fall off and look in. It's not much money, but usually if I get in early enough, I like the 34.35s for doing a bull put spread. Right now, let me get off single. We'll go over. They're not going to be worth anything at all down that low right now. Yeah, bull put spread 34.35. Last fill at $2. We could also, let's go ahead and jump out. Let's look at next week. So here, a little bit better of an entry point. We were looking at $13 a contract because, oh, how do you read overall puts and calls on a Webull phone app? It is actually set up much the same. I will jump in real fast. I think I can have two Weebulls open at once. Okay, let me get in here. Into the options. Aren't there some call options for 128 plus? Well, okay, call options for okay, we're gonna look at we're gonna go ahead and jump out. We will go ahead and we're gonna go single options. We want calls, and we're gonna go over. This is fun. I like this interactive setup we have here. Yeah. Let me real quick. I'm gonna give you all a little bit of behind the scenes here. Let me tilt my light down. I'm actually gonna. You can see back there. That is my beast of a rig right there. I have not found a game that I cannot run at max. That I cannot run at max graphics settings yet on this thing. Oh, that's a little bright there. There we go. Can I tilt that down? Yeah, the computer's a little bit of a beast, so I don't. When I was actually setting this up, I'm only running 5% CPU right now, so I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about anything with the computer. Now, so I need to all okay. Let me close down these dates. I like to keep a nice bracket. Oh, thanks. That's yeah, that's my baby there. So we're on the January calls, January monthlies, because those are the only ones that are available right now. You should mine crypto. Nah, I don't. Maybe someday I might start mining crypto, but right now that's my gaming rig. I would have to build another rig, and the cost of graphics cards, depending on what type of mining you're going to do, is so astronomical right now. Right now, just would not be cost effective. I make more money doing this than I would at actually mining, probably. So if we look, oh my God, look at that open interest at the. Let me scroll up, make sure y'all can see this. No, wrong. Grab that. Look at those 145 calls. Now, see, there are a ton of calls here. Now, I remember quite a while ago. These were super cheap, and I believe the reason why the price went up. If you look, if I remember, I think those were closer ones. I did see some 155s that were $5 a contract, but I think they were a lot closer expiration date. So looking at these, for about $150, you can buy a call contract. Yeah, you can buy calls here, and your Theta, they'll lose $2.50 per day. That's because they're 60 days. Now, of course, you got your Theta right now. Well, next week, this Theta could be up to 0.029. And the week after that, go up to 0.15. Your Theta will continue to increase the closer you get to expiration. So yeah, these are a lot of people bought into these because if we got a good run up, it doesn't even have to get to 145. So right now we're at 41.21, I think is what we said earlier. Yeah, or 41.24. So you look at your delta. For every dollar that it moves, that our share price moves, your contract becomes worth $5 more. So you would need it depends how fast you want to take profit. If it moons, of course that's great. But as you get closer and closer to expiration, Theta is going to ramp up and it's going to ramp up, and this price will continue to go down. It's already, it's at $1.50 here. Well, when Theta kicks in tomorrow, it'll be $1.48. And the day after that, it'll be $1.45. That's if the share price, if nothing else changes, this number will continue to go until it drops down to $1. It won't actually hit zero. It always comes up as $1. That's like the minimum. But a lot of these got filled out because there was so much volatility, and I think a lot of this might actually be a result of the run up to 72, because they had to build out these options chain. And if you look, 145, well, take 72 and multiply it by 2, double that amount, you get right at your 145. So I think they just they looked at it and said, man, if this continues to run, we're going to need the options chain built out a lot further. If we go closer in, let's check the December monthly. Okay, they still have those built out to 145. Now if you look as we get closer to expiration, now they're only built out to the $85 mark. Yes, Willem. That'd be the overall total number on the call side of the house. So we get 85 there. Let's bring it in. So it looks like they're pretty much 85 is a standard build out for it right now. But if you look at the actual strike prices available, 85, 80, 75. It's not until you get down to 65 to where you start getting actual dollar increments. The further out of the money you get, it'll ramp up the spread between them. So say you wanted to, here's an interesting one for you. Let's go. We are on calls. Now, just like with the bull put spreads, you can do call spreads also. So we're going to go vertical here. And we're just going to do strictly on calls. So you notice the strike prices on here, it's a $5 increment. When we were talking earlier, you had to put up $100 premium or $100 collateral. Now, if you wanted to put up collateral for these, you need $500 per contract because it's always the difference between the two strike prices multiplied by 100. So looking at this, if you went all the way down, where is our best? If you notice, these spreads are also built a lot tighter. If you go to your call, or if you go to your single options, or they got these set up. Okay, 50 to 49. Let's go back over to the vertical. 50 to 49. So this is, you have to put up $100 of collateral. You will receive $12 of premium. You put up $500 of collateral, you receive $52 of premium. So as you can see, it even takes in, if this was actually filled out closer, each dollar increment, it could run from 12 to 11 to 8 to 6, and as you get closer, it would actually fill that out better. But then again, you're putting up you're putting a $500 premium as opposed to one, so it'd be like just dividing it by 5. So divide it by 5, and you're looking at $10 per contract, which it fits in line. 19, 12, 10. Divide that by 5, it goes even lower. That'd be 7 cents per contract. Divide by 5, 3 cents per contract. So you can see how they have it built out. They build it out as if the chain was extended upwards, but they only do single dollar increments so high. And of course, as you get further away, divide it by 5. That might as well just be a 1. Oh my God! I need to jump over. Okay, let me. I see we got a lot of interest in Tesla here. We'll jump over to Tesla. I have no problem with. Oh, there we go. Get that over. Tesla. So let's open up the options chain. I don't look at their options, so of course I don't have. And we're going to narrow this back. Well, you're asking about the 1300s on puts. Well, no, I'm seeing 1300 on puts here. Let me reread this, make sure I got this correct. The lack of options out of the money as Tesla ran up helped massively because nobody could open, say, a put at 1300. Are you talking a Tesla run-up? Yeah, Tesla options are expensive. Okay, it was a few. Yeah, so if the price hasn't run up, the options chain get built out based on projections of where the market could go. It's not a sign that the market is going there, but so AMC, we're kind of moving around between 30. Yeah, none over the 1300 plus mark. So say AMC never did the run up to, or even as the chain is right now, we know that AMC can run up to GameStop prices and beyond. We know, we've seen it happen already with GameStop. We've seen these huge run ups, but until there's an actual movement, until we get momentum going that way, there really is no point for them to go through and calculate everything out. And the prices we see are based on all the Greeks. You could actually go through, and if you bought a contract, you could take all the Greeks and calculate based on what day and what strike price you wanted. You should be able to go through and calculate out exactly what your options contract would be worth. And that's when they're building the option chains out, they take all the different factors involved based on price movement and figure, if it continued to run, it could get to here. But why should they keep building? Why would they go through and build out the AMC option chain for $1,000 a share, $1,200 a share, $1,500 a share? There's no way to prepare for a run-up like that, so they only build out the chain as far as they see it practically going. So yeah, I think a lot of the reason why you see an AMC options chain up to 145, some that could be because we ran up to 72. Well, why not, they plan, if it ran up that far, there is a good chance that, we could have another run up to twice as much, 2xing. Hey, Marine Corps Brat is back. Frank is still going hard, man. I already drove all the way home from work. Well, I'm glad I could keep you company during your drive. This video is not officially sponsored by Mountain Dew Zero. A little bit of marketing humor there. Okay, Apple's got some ones in here. Yes, a few weeks ago it quickly rose from 800 to 1100. At the time I heard there were no options at 1300 plus. Yeah, that's it. They only build out the option chain as far as they project it going, because I'm sure they've got computers. Whoa. Yeah, they could build out these option chain. A lot of it, whether it's by computers or people sitting there with old school slide rules, someone or something always has to plan out and has to build them out. And there's no point in doing it if they don't think it's going to run there. That's why Prague is a classic example. When I got in, I'm going to jump over here. Give me a second. It's just easier having one window open only. Whoa. Prague get a... Oh. Derp, I'm on the daily. I was like, whoa, Prague get a run up there? Okay, Prague still ran down. So going to the Prague options chain, Prague, historically, actually, let's jump back to the daily. You look and... So if when Prague fell down, you see, what do we got here? We've got, that was $8.11. We had a fairly good channel right there, top tick, right about 11, support just under 8. So yeah, so from resistance of 11 down to support around 8. That was a nice channel right there, and then it fell off. Had a double test right there and got pushed back down a bit. Now we're coming back up. Hang on. Bright shiny lights got me easily distracted. Oh, did I miss anything? Yeah, there is a slight lag in the chat. Now I see how Clay, sometimes y'all see me. I'll post a comment. Be driving down the road, post a comment, post it down. Go down the road a bit. Keep posting the comment, waiting to hear Clay say it, but I'm usually driving at work, so it's looking here. I'm not worried about this up here and that up there. If you look, we'll call it 657. 657 to 490. That is a nice little channel. From right in here, that is a nice little channel. How far are we from? Oh, we'll get into TA some other time. But I saw the channel there, and that's looking rather nice. I think we might actually be running up and having. I think where the cursor is right now in this area, I think that might translate to right about there. We might be seeing a nice little run up, maybe a run up to 580, a pullback to $495, and then another run up. I think we'll end up a little bit lower, but I could see either one of these run ups being represented. I think 675, 690 might actually be a run up later on. Sorry, got distracted. Squirrel. All right, oh, we were talking option chain. So this is everything. You look at Prague, this is the whole option chain. That's all there is. And this is, so they did build this out because I don't think there wasn't a weekly before. Oh, bedtime in UK. Oh, well, good night to the United Kingdom, to England, Scotland, Wales, and all the rest of the Isles. So it looks like they're starting to build out. They're actually adding more in because they did not have weekly on Pragues when I got in here. When I bought, there were the monthlies that expired last week, and the December monthlies. These weeklies, these were newly built out. That goes to show you, as momentum builds up, as interest builds up, people build out the option chain. So these weeklies weren't here before. No, I don't know. I don't know what brought that dip on. I You always hear, buy the rumor, sell the news. I tend to avoid that. I like to just look at more of where the market's going. I've been burned before on that, so not financial advice, of course. I've been burned before on it, but I tend to avoid the news because there's so much, buy the rumor, sell the news. And a lot of people get burned on that, a lot of bag holders from it. So I like to, I like to actually see what I can see, not see what I can hear. So when I did my monthlies for December, yeah, see, they expanded it out. Oh, 1 second, I'll fill you in. Yeah, go ahead and kick that out in the chat, Devil's Advocate. So since I even bought mine, because I'm holding, we're back in vertical again. I keep doing that. Yeah, see, it's even further out. When I bought my calls, the highest calls, in fact, these would be some of mine right here. Some of my options. When I bought my call options, I bought them at the 750 mark because that was the highest one. Yeah. Oh, puts. I'm just all kind of clicky wrong. There we go. That looks more like my losses right now. Oh, yeah, that's definitely much better. So yeah, I ended up getting the $7.50 because they were a good price. They're still a good price. I have not hit my stop loss. I think that in the next, not during this week, but I think maybe early next week we might get a run up in Prague, and oh, From my understanding, they've done paperwork to give them the ability to make a market offer up to 60 million worth of shares. Specifically says they have enough cash to where. Okay, that was part one of two. I'm assuming that's part one or two. So yeah, I am looking for. I did at one point at the same time as Devil's Advocate's run up. I was looking. I was up 234%. It actually came in just under where my lock and take profit was. So I ended up missing out, and it turned around, and just like Devil's Advocate, I wish I had gotten in and sold, and I would have definitely rolled those in, because that would have been quite a few more shares of AMC, which is everything I'm doing, selling my covered call, selling my bull put spreads. I'm earning more money to buy more AMC shares, because every time I hit another 100 shares, well, that's another covered call contract I can do to get more premium. It isn't necessary, but also invest, try and have them short squeeze like other stocks. They want to be able to capitalize on the situation, which, in my opinion, is bullish. And if I remember, we're going to have a part three. Oh, correct. AMC did the same thing before it ran. Now, which Devil's Advocate, which AMC run are you referring to? Are you referring to the big run to 72? Because I actually was not in AMC for that run. I got in on the step down in the 45 range. So I bought on the down slope, and I've actually managed to average my position down. I've been exercised a few times. I think I'm just under $40. I think I'm at 38.9 or 39.90 something, I think, is my average right now. So before the run to 72, ooh, I don't like these intervals. Oh, that's why I don't have those set up. I actually want to throw the 4-hour in here. No. What I meant is, there we go. Oh, wait. All right, Devil's Advocate, thanks for dropping by. Yeah. Now, DD14, there's nothing wrong with averaging up if you're increasing your position. How many people bought in? How many people have been from the beginning and they got in at $2 a share? Even if they bought $1,000 worth and got 500 shares, you think that they're like, oh, I could get more at 20, but I don't want to average up. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with averaging up. I've actually, at one point, my average was down in 38 range, so I managed to average down. But as the prices come back up, we've been seeing a lot of upward action. Oh, wrong screen. Oh, Trapper's heading out too. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Trapper. Like I said, I'm thinking about doing maybe when I get home for lunch every day in between in between Clay streams, I might do an options update just on where the contracts are out, where little potential zones of entry might be. Get a little bit in there, and of course, I'll be on Clay's morning and afternoon streams. I might start doing, depending on how all this pans out, I might start doing, might do a pre-market stream also on options. If we get pretty good price moves in the AM, it might give people a little bit extra going into the day. Anything I can do to help all of us, all of us from the Bro family, because pretty much everyone in here is from the Bro family. Anything I can do to help make more money, make us more money. Yeah, exactly. 214. When the MOAS happens, no one's going to care where they averaged in at. Average in 30, 40, 50. Yeah, Grandpa Barney, he actually already said he wants to get in here. He can't wait to get in here, and he's excited. I'm just thrilled at all the support that this channel has gotten already. This is the first day, the first stream, and I was so nervous. I was so scared going into this. I'm like, man, I'm going to be stumbling over my own tongue. But yeah, I'm just I'm happy that not only there are a couple names in here I don't recognize from the stream, and that's cool because of course 214 Marine Corps brat, trapper, Devil's Advocate, wrestler. I see all the time. We're always in Clay stream, and it's nice to see other people getting in here also. That's why. Like, subscribe. If you want to share on social media, you can go into the information page on this page and copy the link for the YouTube channel. Post it on Twitter. Post it on Facebook. Oh, thanks, Trapper. And yeah, I want to keep doing this, and I'll still, of course, I'm still a bro. I'm in and out. What about during Clay's lunch break? Kind of figure things out, baby. Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. When I'm home for lunch, it's usually in between Clay streams. Usually, I'm sometimes I'm up on the pole. Sometimes I'm in my bucket. Sometimes I'm just in my work vehicle. Sometimes I'm at the tower looking at different equipment. But I usually have the live stream in my pocket on a Bluetooth speaker. That way I can at least listen to everything. And when I'm driving, I've usually got my phone, off to the side, hands-free, away from me. I use a Bluetooth when I'm driving, so. But yeah, I usually listen to the stream every day throughout my day, and so yeah, I'd like to get some of these going during lunch, and then of course, sessions like this, aftermarket hours, come in, Q&A. I have no problem coming in here, answering questions, imparting knowledge. And doesn't even have to be AMC, doesn't have to be GME, Prague. All right, Trapper, you have yourself a good evening. Stay safe, stay warm. I don't know how cold it is where you're at. I started at 7 degrees this morning. So what we got? 214. We got Brat. Who else we still got in chat? I think it says like 4 people are still here. Four people, 5 people. Who we still got in chat here? And the floor is totally open for questions. Look at the camera. Chat, look at the camera. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Frank is still here. Oh, I love Georgia. I want to get back down south someday. I actually lived in Augusta, Georgia for a while. I was stationed at Augusta, Fort Gordon. Yes, Marine Corps brat, that is too damn cold. I am not looking forward. Winters we usually get -20, -30. We've gotten, I think we hit like -38 one time. It got so cold that some of the equipment in the field that we use shut down. It stopped working. Marine Corps brat, Alabama. Houston. It's fun. I've driven through Houston. I drive through Alabama quite a bit. In fact, I've got my Bama hat somewhere around here. Roll Tide. I will have questions when I go back and rewatch it. Yeah, that's yeah. There a whole lot of info, and in keep doing the stream. I have no problem reiterating the same information. It's just I don't have a problem going over the same stuff. I mean, because you could absorb everything from this and go and start applying it, and then all of a sudden realize that there was something you weren't quite sure about. Lower Alabama. Well, we used to be neighbors because I graduated from Gulfport High School in Gulfport, Mississippi, so I am very much familiar with the area down there. Trapper from New York. Okay. Roll Tide. So, what do we got? 3 left in chat still? Yeah, the lag between the comments coming up and the video is definitely something to get used to. I can see why Clay keeps it going so much because trying to fill the empty space, waiting for stuff to come up on chat. And you ask, really? Oh, Columbus, Mississippi. Yeah, Northerners. Wait, I have you on my computer too, just in case I needed to use my phone for work. Yeah, I'm showing four in chat also. Oh, thank you. I'm glad y'all enjoy the stream. It's like I said, I was so nervous about getting this off the ground, and that was why this morning when I asked in chat, if I gain this channel, how many people would want to come over and check it out. I was, it felt good to see the pouring of support and to see 15 likes on my first live stream. That's pretty awesome. Looks like I was close to 20 people in here at one time. This is good. We like reading your comments, Marine Corps brat. Yeah, so I don't know how long. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my goodness. That can't be right. Oh my god. Well, yeah, I certainly appreciate. I look forward to having more people in here, and I definitely think I'll end up doing better as we move on. Do y'all realize? Has this been up for 3 hours already? Or is that 2 hours, 10 minutes? Oh, no problem. 214. Average watch time 21 minutes and 44 seconds. I thought the Mouth of the South was Jimmy Hart from wrestling. He always had the bullhorn. Yeah, I wonder if we got two. Might have two audio listeners in here. I see guitar Friday night karaoke. I don't know about that. Maybe at some point I might pick a tune. If I do like Clay has the cool intro with the little jingle and everything. I think if I do like my own little intro or anything, it might be something that I write myself and do on the acoustic, maybe. Yeah, I'm wondering if we got two audio listeners because I do see. Is that three or four? Let me get Streamlabs here. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Does it count me as a person in the stream or? It's showing 3, so I think we got an audio listener, maybe somebody driving home. I can play as Volksjoin. Yeah, I should have asked Clay more questions about this. Yeah, I wish I had gotten in on AMC a lot sooner. Because let's go back to the chart. What am I on? Let's go back to the daily chart. What range is this? Yeah, if I could have got back in the $10 range, that would have been. Oh yeah, both of them. Just I know I focus a lot in AMC. The now one thing, and this was brought up on Matt Core's channel. One thing that he had brought up was with fractional shares, it doesn't matter whether you get $1,000 of $1,000 of AMC or $1,000 of GME. A 10% move is still a 10% move. The only difference is what we're doing here tonight, which is with the options, because you have to have 100 shares in order to do covered calls. So $4,000 for AMC or 20 some $1,000 for GME. So it really does. If you're looking to do stuff like covered calls, it makes more sense to be in AMC because you can get 100 shares faster. That is the that's the that's the key difference. I wouldn't say it's the only difference or the real difference. It's the key difference is you can get more shares quicker. Oh, average up to 9. That makes me so sick. Write the questions down and ask them tomorrow. Yeah, definitely. Well, I want to thank y'all for coming. It is 5:45 here, and like I said, I've been up since I started work at 4:30 this morning. So I am gonna go ahead and call it a night on the stream. There, I will not have an AM stream, but I'm gonna try and get an option stream out, basically like an options update during lunchtime while the market's open. Maybe there might be some good windows. Not for this week. I don't. This week for options, unless you're going to be playing something, further away from the money, but you're not going to be getting as much premium. It's almost not worth the risk. But I think might start looking towards next week's options, seeing how it's built out right now, and maybe we'll get lucky with some volatility, and some of those premiums will shoot up, and there's a chance to make money. That's why we're here. Is options the same as puts and calls? Puts and calls are two different types of options. Think of it as calls for up and puts for down. All right. Thank you both much, and I shall see you tomorrow. And let's go ahead. Yeah, thank you much, Marine Corps Brat. Thank you much, DD214. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.